Hi everyone, and welcome to Chit Chat with Estree. Today I'm going to be talking about parenting. I'm not teaching anybody how to parent, or I'm not teaching anyone how to parent. I'm just sharing my experience with my kids, So yeah, my boys. I remember when I had my first son, then the second son, my third son. As after my third son, I was like, I'm not having any kids again because I was scared. Like 3 boys, how will I be able to raise them? Like, you know me with my tiny stature. When I had my third son, I was like, I'm not having any kids again after this third boy, because I was scared that I would have another boy, and I was worried about how to raise them because they are boys. And I was just thinking that me with my small stature, how am I going to raise all these boys? But all on look by your tongue, like Yoruba will always say, it's only God that helps one to look after one's children. So then I had my fourth baby. Yes, so parenting. I think one thing I've done with my kids that really worked for me is showing them that I love them, telling them that I love them, and leading by example. Leading by example, showing them that I love them and telling them that I love them. And making them to understand that they are sufficient, like they are enough. I remember when my daughter, my last one, when she had her exam, and in school, I think she was in secondary school, and she will have A in some subjects, and she had B in a particular subject. When she came back home, and we did the parents' evening, and I just looked at it. I wasn't actually looking for where she scored A's. I was busy looking for where I marked, because to me then, I thought, you understand, having that conversation with her was to highlight her errors and to talk to her on how to improve on them. You understand? So I didn't even see the A's. I just went to the B's. I was like, okay, so why did you have B in this subject? And she was explaining that. I said, no. So I went back and I remember how my mom used to talk to me that the person that had A, do they have 2 A's? I said, so the person that had A in this subject, do they have 2 A's? So I just, after talking to her like that, she was demoralized, because she was coming to me excited that, she has lots of A's and just 2 B's. And I didn't even see the A's. My focus was on the B's, and I was just talking about the B's. And after talking to her, I said, do you understand? Next time, make sure you do well. Do you understand? I'm telling you because I love you and I want you to do well. Okay, mom. She went to her room. So it was time for dinner. My daughter did not come out for dinner. I was calling her. What happened? I knocked her door. She locked herself up. I knocked the door. Debs, what happened? I could hear my daughter wailing from inside her bedroom. She was sobbing. I was like, what? So I called her, what's wrong with you? What did I do to you? What did I do to you? I only spoke to you and you were crying. Did I beat you? Did I hit you? The Nigerian mom in me was still, what? She was like, what happened? You said you were disappointed in me. You said you were disappointed. You don't know how me I grew up, I just told it, I felt so bad, and she actually gave me a lecture you didn't even look at how well I did in other subjects. You collected my results and your focus just went straight to where I scored B. You didn't even allow me to explain what happened, so we learn from them. A lot of things I know today, I learn from my kids. Sometimes even when I want to do anything, I will just call all of them. Shimzi, elevated. Danny, what do you think about this? This one will say, no, you should do it. That one will say, whatever I do, we'll put our heads together. Anything we do in the family, even anything I want to do personally, I will always ask them, okay, what do you think about it? I'll tell them, they'll tell me their opinion, I'll tell them my opinion that in my own opinion, I think we should do it this way. My other son might be like, you should do it this way. And at the end of the day, the majority will carry the vote. Okay, because Dami said this, Shimzi said this, Debbie said this. Okay, it's only myself and the David that said something different. Okay, let's do what the majority suggested. So the way I relate with my kids, I don't see myself as the alpha mom, whatever I say goes. Do you understand? Take it or leave it. It doesn't work that way. You understand? So I see them as my I bring myself to their level to understand them. Do you understand? To understand them, and we deliberate together. Do you understand? Even when they do something, I'll be like, "Salaya, you to think now, you to deep this is the way you do it good." Do you understand? Like, is it good? And they'll be like, "Okay, mom." You know, so growing up, I've noticed one thing about my kids is, one thing I've noticed about my kids is that they try not to do wrong things because they don't want me to be disappointed. Do you understand? Not because they fear me, not because I'm going to do anything. At the end of the day, what am I going to do? Do you understand? But because of the respect, because of the love. Do you understand? So they try as much as possible to listen. Like, you know, like my daughter, my sons, they don't like being told off. Do you understand? So they will not do what will make me to now lecture them, like, do you understand? So it's just coming to their level, understanding them, you know. So that is one thing. Praising them, do you understand? Commending them, saying thank you, you know, the little they do, every little effort. Say, oh my God, I'm so impressed, I'm so proud of you. You know, I'm so proud of you. It's something that I tell my children like every now and again. Do you understand? Because I don't say it because I just want to say it. I'm saying because I'm actually proud of them. Do you understand? You know, the Bible says, count your blessings, name them one by one, to surprise what the Lord has done. Do you understand? So we shouldn't be counting the losses. Don't only count we can count them, but don't only count the negative ones. You should learn to count the positive one, and, you know, capitalize on the positive one and be grateful for the positive ones. I think that is another thing that helped me with my kids. Do you understand? Appreciating them, appreciating their love. Do you understand? Appreciating them, appreciating their politeness, appreciating their good behavior. Do you understand? Like, I actually appreciate you. You understand? You're a good boy. Honestly, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud to call myself your mom. Do you understand? You know, things like that will make them able to behave, you know, better and better. One thing I should not forget is the place of prayers. Do you understand? Because I always ask people, how much prayer do you pray for your kids? I learned praying for my kids from the way my parents prayed for me. Because I would say my success today, who I am today, you understand, all glory to God and thanks to my parents for all their prayers, relentless prayers, day and night, vigils, fasting. Do you understand? Because me, I was stubborn as a child. I always say my children, I say, thank God that my mother, you know, growing up, while I was growing up, thank God that my mother was not the type of mother that would say that your children will do to you what you did to me. Because if she said that to me, I don't know where I would be. I was so stubborn as a child. I don't even know that spirit of stubborn. I don't know where the devil brought it from. You understand? But you know, a child that is going to do well, a child that is going to make the name of the family great, a child that is going to make you proud, the devil will always find one way or the other. You understand? They will want to dabaru their journey. So it's you that will need to pray that, God, please don't let the devil scatter the journey of my kids. Also, my parents, you know, they did not relent in the place of prayers when they were alive, and I really thank God that, you know, God turns things around. All my stubbornness, you know, I got delivered from every spirit of stubbornness, and I became a good girl. Some people will be like, oh my God, you're so cool. I said, you didn't mean when I was in secondary school. You met me when I was in secondary school. And but anyway, we thank God. We thank God. So that is that. What else can I say about my kids? I'm not judgmental, and that's what my kids know about me. You know, how do I explain it? When they go out, as they are coming in, conversation is very, very important. You understand, to me, in the family. As you are coming from school, when they were in school, you know, all of them, they are grown. My last one is, you know, she's going to be in her final year. You understand, this June. When they were in school, as they were coming back, from the car, as I'm picking them up from school, they are telling me what happened today. From as I was dropping you at the gate till your first lesson, your second lesson, this, that. So we always having conversations. So what happened? So communication. When they did something wrong, I try not to be judgmental. I try. It's not easy. I try not to be judgmental. So that made my kids develop a lot of confidence in me. That even when they mess up, I will be the first person to know. Do you understand? So somebody cannot come and now tell me that, hey, Estree, your son did, Estree, your daughter did. No, I will be the first to know, because before anybody knows, I'm always the first to know. They will first of all come and tell, Mom, I messed up. Mom, I don't know how to tell you this. That's okay, tell me. How big can it be? Mom, I don't know how to tell you this. Da, 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 da. Yeah, tell me. And when they mess up, still tell them, do you understand? This you should, you should have done it this way. You should have done it that way. Do you understand? There's something we can do, you just have to pray about it. Do you understand? Teaching them to know to go to God for whatever is bothering them. You understand? And letting them, giving them the confidence to be able to talk. Do you get? There are many kids growing up that they cannot go to their parents and say stuff. Do you get? That they cannot say stuff. But glory be to God, my kids can come to me and be like, Mom, I messed up. Or, Mom, see what happened. Mom, see what happened. Mom, see I've done. Mom, I've effed up. Do you understand? Okay. So that is that. Being able to, being their confidence. Let them be able to come to you. Do you understand? Whether it's about a good thing, whether it's about something that is not so good, let them be able to talk to you freely. So that is that. What else? The other thing is provision for the kids. I know some people might be like, now because you get money now to provide for your kids. I remember when I was living in one room. Do you understand? I'm going to tell my story more later. You understand, when my documentary comes out. But there was a time in the UK that I was homeless. There was a time in the UK that I was squatting. And I'm telling you that I was squatting as a mother of 4, not as a single lady. You understand? There was a time in the UK that I lost everything. Like, I lost everything. But I made sure that my priority were the kids. Do you understand? Okay, today, someone that said, you shop in Harrods, so you shop in Selfridges. If you need me back in like 2005, I shop anywhere. I shop on the street. If I shopped in second hand, like £1. Do you understand? I shopped where, do you understand, like what we call a bend down boutique. As long as it fits me. Do you understand? And I'm not trying to impress anybody. Who am I impressing? People that don't care about your life. Do you get what I'm saying? So I learned to be contented. Is that the English? Contented or content? I learned to be content. You said you don't even know the English. You said I learned to be contented or content, whichever one it is, with whatever I had. Do you understand? And that really helped me. And I think I learned that from growing up when I was with my parents. When I was with my parents, till today, I don't know how to eat other people's food, because there was a time that my dad and my mom were struggling financially. And you understand, whether it's Eba, it wasn't I learned to eat Igbo. Me that I was brought up with silver spoon. There was a point in our lives that we were eating Igbo because, you understand, my dad had challenges about his business, he got duped and all that. And my mom had to sell all our gold and all that to sell us to school and all that. Do you understand? We learned to be, even if whatever they are cooking, maybe upstairs or our neighbor, let it be tasonson. You know what tasonson means? That you be using the aroma of it to eat your eba. Do you get? They know bond you well to eat from labor. You won't die. Chauffeur Kuni. Look at this mark on my hand. My mom will tell me that I will flog you. You show the mark to your children and children's children. See, I've shown it to my children. I'm going to show it to my children's children as well, because the mark is still there. She was a disciplinarian. She was a head teacher. She was not taking. She was a no nonsense mommy. She loved us to death, and she disciplined us as well to edge at any length. So what was I saying? I didn't know how to eat from people's houses. I didn't know how to use people's cups. I didn't know how to use people's spoons. So till today, I don't know how to go to a place and you give me a class. You understand? If you give me something, I will ask you, I put straw inside it. Do you understand? But now it's someone else's cup, it's someone else's soap. I'll be like, she want for one bag. Is it washed like this? Is it clean like this? You understand? So that I learned from growing up. So the same thing with my kids. Do you understand? So what was I talking about my kids? Now I've lost my train of thought. Do you understand? So it's the same upbringing that I imbibed in my children, for them to be happy with the little they had. Do you get? So I remember when I was homeless, and when I started working as a carer, and I was earning like £5.50 per hour, my son said he needed laptop. You understand? My son said he needed laptop, and my son said he needed laptop, and he was in secondary school. I got him a laptop. The father was like, you are the one spoiling these children. That's why they are misbehaving. How can you get a secondary school child laptop? I was like, I was now thinking inside my mind, should he go and steal it? And that was what I was thinking. Should he go and steal it? Should he be looking at his mate that have laptop? I'm saying that he doesn't have laptop. Go and be looking at, say, God forbid bad thing. They will say, there's robbery somewhere. Like the person picking go rob. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then the way my mom brought me up, the way my mom brought me up, you understand, that she sold her gold, she sold her clothes. to make sure that we are comfortable. So I had that, I had that in my brain, like, you understand, that I will do anything. Do you understand? I will go hungry for my kids to be okay. Do you understand? So when my kids were growing up, and this one say, their friend in school had an iPhone, and they wanted an iPhone. I remember when BlackBerry first came back in the day. BlackBerry, even with their mother, I was not using BlackBerry, but so that they will not be bullied by their friends in school, so that they will not feel inferior. So I had to, you understand, took a loan to buy BlackBerry for them. I'm not saying that go and take a loan and go and rob the bank to do anything. I'm just telling you what I did. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's no handbook for parenting. We're just praying for God to give all of us wisdom. You do and me work, thank God. If you do and me no work, we still pray to God. God, please, you understand, teach me the right way to bring up my kids. Do you understand? So I just tried as much as I could. Do you understand? The one that I know that I could not afford, I'll be like, I cannot afford it though. When they are saying we were wearing Nike, now it's like pure water. Back then, my friend was like, they want Nike. I say Nike. How much they say Nike in JD Sports? Where do you want me to see money to buy Nike? I would say, well, you know what? I can't afford to buy Nike. Let me buy you Mackenzie. Let me buy you Fila. At least dear, small. I know you are wearing designer, even though it's the lowest, So it's just like try to understand with them, because some kids will come back home and I'll be like, oh, they are being bullied in school. You don't know the reason why they are being bullied in school. Maybe they are not, you understand, they are not, their friends are just, the gap between them and their friends is just like this, So, but God will provide for us. God will give us the grace to be able to raise them. It's not an easy thing. It wasn't an easy journey, do you understand? But thank God for His grace. So I think that is another one. The other one is with my daughter. When I was having boys, number one, in as much as I was panicking that, oh, they are boys, how am I going to raise them? I pray they're not going to be stubborn. At the same time, I was thinking, God, thank God that you didn't give me a girl. Hey, with the way that men could make girls vulnerable, that you understand that men will sleep with girls for anything. Maybe they're looking for a job. See what happens in banks in Nigeria. That you understand. I don't know, in many banks, don't let me generalize. In many banks, that for a female staff to get promoted, the boss wants to sleep with them. I'm not generalizing, please, I beg. I'm just saying the few I know about. Do you understand? So all those things were making me panic. Thank God thank God that I don't even have a girl. I don't have to start panicking that somebody will come and abuse my daughter. I don't want to start panicking that somebody will come and impregnate my daughter. You understand? So, but when God gave me girl, I was so excited because I wasn't girl. But when God gave me girl, I said, thank God, hallelujah. But as my daughter was growing up, I made up my mind that God, please help me by your help. Even if I will have to carry gun, I'm not going to carry gun. Even if I'll carry gun, I will need to look after my daughter. So my daughter is not dependent on me for anything. My mother taught me one thing before I got married. And she would tell me that be the kind of woman that when your husband says, pack your load and go, you are packing the entire house. That was how my mother taught me. I remember when myself and my kids that we were just getting married and we're planning our home. My mother called me. So we already found it. He actually found the house and he rented it. The house was empty. So my mom was like, okay, so your fiancé has rented the house. So how do you guys intend to rent it? From I said, I don't know. My mom said, you don't know what? If he's buying curtains, be buying sofa. If he's buying rug, be buying the kitchen cabinet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my mom just, put that training in me. Do you understand that? Never to look to a guy for money. And you know what? I can boldly say today, I think I'm one woman that can come out on social media, on the internet, and say that if you're a guy and you give me money like this, or I've asked you for money, that give me money for one thing, except borrow, you understand, I borrowed and paid back, because that is another topic for another day. Integrity. When you borrow, you pay back. Do you understand? For a guy to say that I gave you money to do this, I gave you money to set you up, if you be that guy, come, let me see you. I say if me, I will come and I say I set up guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that was the way my mom brought me up. And bringing up my daughter, I made up my mind that my daughter will not be the kind of woman that will look up to a guy that, oh, I'm waiting for the guy to come and do this, I'm waiting for the guy to come and do that. I remember when I was growing up, and when I was finishing secondary school, I knew that my friends were doing eye pencil, eyeliner, eyebrow, you understand, put lipstick. I will ask my dad for money for eyebrow. Do you understand? Oh, yeah, eyebrow pencil. I asked my dad for money for eyebrow pencil, for my eyeliner, for lipstick. I asked my dad. There was a day my dad was like, I don't have money. I said, who sent you work? You know me and my dad, the way we were close, we used to argue. I said, who sent you work? Who asked you to give birth to me when you were not ready to look after a child? I'm asking you for money for eyebrow. I said, you don't have money. Who are finding the money? Joking, you would laugh about it and will say, give me the money. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the same way with my daughter, and I can proudly say that my daughter, in fact, she became independent from age 7. Like from age 7. If I say, Debbie, should I help you to do your shoe? They say, no, I'm fine, thank you. Should I wait to wear your shoe? No, I'm fine, thank you. No, I'm fine, thank you. Do you understand? So she learned that independence since when she was in primary school till she's in the university. So I think that is another way that, God gave me the grace. It's not by power, it's not by might, but God gave me the grace to be able to parade them. And the friendship. There's another thing, family togetherness. I don't joke with it. Do you understand? I've had fallout with my kids. You understand? Times without numbers over the fact that family get together is a must. Until they got it, I had to drive it into their brain that until they got it. I will tell them, you have 4 kids, and each one of you have one birthday in 1 year. So you have the remaining 365 days. Okay, let's say 364 days to yourself. Do you understand? You have the remaining 364 days. So is 1 day too much for you to give to your sibling to appreciate them on their birthday? I will understand if you are not in the same city. I will understand if you are not, in the same country. But if you are in the same city, don't tell me that you're busy. Do you understand? It's not as if you are just getting to know his birthday today. So it's not like you're getting to know his birthday today or for the first time. You're not just getting to know his birthday. You've always known his birthday. Do you understand? So you should have planned ahead. Oh, my brother's birthday is October so. My sister's birthday is March so. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're not in the country, yeah. But when you're in the country like this, everybody, all of you will gather to celebrate each other. We can only celebrate one another when we are alive. Do you understand? We can only celebrate one another when we are alive. Today, I think back, I wish my dad and mom were still here. I would give anything to celebrate them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so I made them to understand that. So birthdays and Christmas, don't come and tell me Jack Robinson, because I'm not listening to you. The only thing I've done with them for Christmas is that, okay, now you're all grown, you have your families, you have your wife and your kids, kini kon, you have your fiancé. So pick a day that you want us to do our Christmas. I don't mind to do it any day. Do you want it on Boxing Day? That will be our Christmas day. We'll do our Christmas dinner together as a family. Do you want it on Christmas Eve? If you like, say, if you want it on 1st December. As long as we do our family Christmas dinner. So it's been our family tradition. And it's not just something that started. It's something that began from my grandmother. I remember when I was in Ibadan, because I grew up in Ibadan. I was born in Ibadan. I schooled in Ibadan. But my both parents, they were from Ilesha. Do you understand? Both my grandparents, they are from Malaysia. I will remember that every Christmas, every New Year, they will carry all of us like this. We'll carry our goat, chicken, everything that they wanted to give my grandma. They will pack them in my dad's pickup, and all of us will go to Malaysia for Christmas and New Year. So, and the entire family will come together from Kano, from Lagos, from Ibadan, from Zaria, everywhere. The house will be packed with everybody. So I learned that from my grandma. And when it got to my mom, it became a tradition when my grandma passed away. So everybody will come together like this to come and celebrate Christmas. Whether it's Christmas or New Year, we shall come together one day during that festive period. So my children grew up to know that, and I carried on that tradition. And anybody married into my family, even before they get married, I'll tell them we have a tradition. Do you understand? It's not a juju one. Nobody say they carry. It's not like what do you call it? It's not diabolical. Do you understand? But it's something that is a tradition that I inherited from my family, from my grandparents, and it's something that I love to carry on from generation to generation, so that everybody, so that's what makes my family a very, very close-knit family. We are very, very close. Do you understand? My kids will do anything they will do anything for their siblings. They will do anything for each other. Do you understand? So just that togetherness, you understand, is extremely important in families. It's not, I know that as African parents, sometimes our togetherness I will see is the morning prayer. Everybody here wake up in the morning, early in the morning. That is not the only way to do family togetherness. Please, do you understand? Let's create something that is good to pray together as a family, but let's do something that is fun for them. These are Gen Z and the millennium, you know, understand, kids. Do you understand? So that at least we'll come to their level and you know, I'm not lecturing anybody, I'm just telling you what. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you'll be able to learn one thing or the other from the way I parent. Thank you so much. God bless you, and catch up next time. And I love you.